Good morning, traders. Welcome back and happy Money Thursday. It is December 15th. We're officially halfway through the month. That means we got 15 more days until 2023, baby. 15 days to keep crushing it, to keep hitting it hard, to keep locking in those big time profits, to end the month of December strong and the year of 2022 strong and profitable as well. I'm excited to be back, excited to see what we have in store for today to lock in those killer profits. Yesterday was an amazing day in the market, team, and I'm ready to carry that momentum into today, to keep working with you guys, to keep working hard in this market, locking in those big time profits and watching members lock in those big time profits as well. So go ahead and hit me with a big old good morning. If you're over on YouTube, welcome to the stream. I'm here to get you guys prepared for today's trading session, talk about the top stocks, what we have going on today, and share some of my personal plans with you guys, and hopefully get you some quick wins in this market, to see that this is possible, to help you learn, to educate you guys, to get you prepared so you can acquire this skill set. But always remember to build those plans on your own. Do your own due diligence, based on your accounts. Use your stop losses, manage your risk, do what you're supposed to do, right? And if you don't know how to do those things, please do not trade in a live account just yet, right? Get into that simulator account. But if you're more of an intermediate experienced trader, you like coming into these streams and getting the breakdowns, getting the preparation, maybe you're missing something, maybe you can catch something, listen. That's what we're here to do for you. Help you guys out, get you guys focused, dialed in on this market, get you guys set, prepared, ready to rock and roll for a big day ahead, to lock in those big time profits. Again, let me know if you're new to the YouTube stream. Go ahead and say, hey, I'm new. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and like the stream as well. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's session, and let's make it happen, guys. And we are ready to rock. Ready to rock. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Now we're good to go. Let's get it, team. Good morning, Catherine, Trader King, Josie, Joey, Stir, Skylar, Steve, Tyrone, Mr. Mike. Come on, guys. Hit me with a good morning. Where are you at? Do I have to ask you every morning to hit me with a good morning? Do I have to say, hey, guys, right now, everybody at the same time, hit me with a good morning. Let's get you going. Let's get that blood flowing. Let's get you energized, all right? Let's have some fun. Let's make it happen. YouTubers, hit me with, look, everybody on YouTube's actually hitting me with more good mornings than you guys. Come on. What are you waiting for? I love you all. Good morning. Let's get you woken up here. Everybody on YouTube, what's up? We got a lot of YouTubers over here today. Doug, Larry, Tina, Juan, Daniel, Axis, Yasmin. Good morning, Tech for Beginners. Welcome back, buddy. It's been a while. Noemi, Julius, Larry, Rod, Muhammad. Woo, man, we got everybody up on the YouTube today. My goodness, everybody's excited, ready to make it happen. Good morning, traders inside of chats. I think everybody decided to sleep in on this Money Tuesday. My goodness. All right. It's all good, though. Let's talk about what we have going on for today's trading session. All right. It's a very, very slow pre-market with penny stocks. I mean, so slow. I don't even have my equities account open. I don't have my equities account open at this point in time. It is really, really slow. And look at some of your top gaining stocks. I mean, there is literally, I don't want to seem biased or anything, but there is nothing that stands out to me whatsoever in penny stock land at all. Like CORZ, I'm not putting my name behind that. I don't see anything. SCPS, maybe it's just really hard to be like, build these plans on these stocks that I wouldn't trade myself. I just wouldn't trade these stocks myself. So it's hard to put my name behind these stocks. But the only thing that I see that has potential that I'm kind of liking right now at this point in time is going to be SCPS for a break of this downtrend, guys. All right, so if we break the downtrend, you have potential back up to these prior highs, right around 53 cents resistance. Look left, you have room up to 60 cents. Now, the one good thing about SCPS, I guess, is there is some potential to the upside if we can break 60 cents, right? If we can break that downtrend here, and we start to see a lot of volume move in, that's fantastic. We have room to 60 cents. We start to break 60 cents. We have room up towards around 75 cents. So there's a decent window of opportunity here over on SCPS. And this morning, they did have some news. It wasn't anything great, wasn't anything crazy. But their press release here today was... no, actually, wrong stock. They do not have a press release today. So I was mistaken. I did not see any filings, any press releases, anything like that here on SCPS. The press release, or the article, was actually here on CORZ. Okay, hold on. Something's going on with my TD Ameritrade. Give me 1 second. I'm a little thrown off right now. SCPS? Okay. Sorry. This was just throwing me off. There we go. All right, we're good now. Everything's synced together. It was definitely struggling there. CORZ was the one that had the press release yesterday stating that their financial officer is basically stating they're working to avoid bankruptcy on the stock. And that brought in a little bit of hype here. The stock had a nice little end-of-day move from around 15 cents up to 26 cents and then hitting highs of 48 cents. Like, this is the only stock that I actually like right now at this point in time, and I think it has decent potential. And the main reason for that's not the press release, right? It's not the fact that it's a really, really low float stock. I mean, the float's really, really high. Actually, it's 250 million in float, and it's not like we have substantial, amazing volume, right? One of the biggest reasons I kind of like this stock and I see potential is the daily gap fill here on CORZ. So here's the deal. If we can break above 50 cents, right, that's going to put you above that post-market high of 48.5. That's going to put you above the 50-day moving average. That puts you above two key levels of resistance, right? Post-market high, the 50 SMA, and we're breaking 50 cent psychological natural resistance. That's three key levels of resistance we're breaking above, and quite strong resistance levels as well. If we can break and hold above 50 cents, I see potential for a gap fill, right? You look left, where can we see the stock go? Well, we could see this thing up towards around that gap fill level, right around 82 cents, and then $1 here on CORZ, guys. So I would say keep it on watch. It's not too shabby. I mean, it's not the best moving stock. I'm very biased, right? Because it's under $1, and I just don't like stocks under $1. I just don't do well with them. I never make big time profits. My threshold is between 5 and 10. That's where I do the best, between $5 and $10 price stocks. So it could be my biasness. I'm going to take the bias off the table and just talk about what we got for those of you that really don't give two craps. All right. If we can stay above, I mean, ideally in a perfect world, right? Hold above that gap down spiking high of 35 cents, which you can kind of see we're fighting for it. Right? You see that we're trying to hold that level on up, right? If we can hold above that 30, we're going to call it 35 cents. And we start to come through and break this downtrend. I like it. I like it. It doesn't look bad, right? We got this low below 35 cents. We're back above that support level, 35 cents. We come into the downtrend for the 1, 2, third time, right? We get rejected. We're coming back down and trying to establish support at 35 cents. And then if we bounce off support and break the downtrend, that's a really good looking trade. I like that. That's a fantastic entry for the break of this downtrend with stops underneath this higher low right here. Okay. Now look left. Where's your target? Target would be 45 cents. Target would be 48 cents, which was your post-market high. That's also going to put you right at your 50 SMA. And then right around that 50 cent level, that would be a target as well. And then if you break that 50 cents and you stay above 50 cents, you have all this room up to 82 cents. So CORZ is probably like the only stock right now that I see potential with. Okay? That's it. Now, if there's another stock that you're like, Josh, check out MULN. Josh, check out ABCD stock. We're going to have some time to do that, and I'm definitely more than happy to check out your stocks. But this is the only thing that I would put my name behind, saying, hey, I like it. I see potential above 35 cents for the break of the downtrend up to these prior highs, these lower highs. Take some profit, take some profit, take some profit. break and hold above 50 cents. I like it even more for the daily gap fill, again, up to 82 cents. But that's it right now. Drop your tickers if you want me to review something before we start the day. But I do want to talk about some of these larger cap stocks and what I'm watching in the market today. And I want to spend most of my time here with the SPY. Okay, so the SPY right now, gap up off CPI, gave everything back, right? Gave everything back, pretty much a flat open. We moved up ahead of the Fed's interest rate decision, and then the market said, yep, I don't like that. And now the market's moving lower. Here in pre-market, we had retail sales month over month for November. If you guys are not aware of what retail sales are, it's a report in the US that provides aggregated measure of sales of retail goods and services from consumers over a certain period of a month. There are 13 major types of retailers. You got motor vehicles, you have merchandise stores, you have drinking places and food services and gasoline stations. So it's really a measure of sales, right? The sales of these retail goods and services. We were last month at a positive 1.3%. We were forecasted to come in at 0.2%. We came in at a negative 0.6%, showing a little bit of a decline in spending there. So you saw a little bit of a negative reaction, all right? Nothing too crazy, but you're seeing the market slide even lower. So right now, guys, it's all market. We're coming to a couple key levels of support, and these are some lines in the sand, right? If we start cracking these levels, we look pretty crappy if you ask me. And here's the first level that we're starting to crack right now at this point in time. Our multi-month trend line, baby. Look at that trend line. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Every time we come to this trend line, bounce, trend line, bounce, trend line, bounce, trend line, bounce, trend line, bounce. Guess what we're not doing this time? We're not coming to this trend line, and we're not bouncing. We tried, right? Check out that candle here. Look, we came down. We bounced. We actually respected this thing yesterday in pre-market. But look at what we're doing now. We're actually below it and retesting it. So we're actually on the bearish side of this trend line. And when we go from the bullish side of a trend line, right, to the bearish side, we know that short sellers start to enter, long start to get out, and we want to play put contracts and go short. So that's the first line in the sand. That's the first key level. We're starting to crack below, and that's not a pretty sign here, guys. Look left. Where's the next area that I think we're going to come down to before we see more buyers present and we see a little bit of a bounce? 390. Why 390? Just look at all of the supports and resistance at 390. It's very clear. It doesn't take a mad scientist to see, like, look at all of that resistance, support at 390, support, support, resistance, resistance, support, right? Like, look at all of those times we've touched 390, 390. 390 resistance, 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 break, retest, support, support, crack, retest, resistance, right? Double top, resistance, break, retest, support. Like 390 is a key level, guys. And so if we crack 390, we're going down to 380. I mean, I don't know what more to say besides like that's how confident I am. If we lose that 390 level, right? We're going to fill that gap at 380, guys. That's the next logical place to see it. Now, could you bounce a little bit here off the 50 SMA and still hold it and consolidate? Absolutely. You'll have some targets to the downside, like the 50 SMA is a target. But I see us filling that gap if we start to crack below 390 here. And we're not looking all that great because we're already starting to crack this trend line. So at this point in time, we want to trade what the market's telling us, what the market is giving us. And if the market wants to start rallying back to 400 today, then we're going to take the market back to 400 today. But at this point in time, it's safe to say that the probabilities and the odds are a red day down to 390. If we crack 390, even more downside to 385. Okay, but if the market wants to open and start rallying, then we'll just trade calls to the upside. And I got to sit back out of the gate, guys. On the SPY, I'm going to have to sit back 15 minutes and get a sense of direction. I don't have enough just yet to make really, really good trade plan decisions off of. The only level that I'm watching is resistance at 396.29. Yesterday's low of day before that massive bounce, and then we tapped it like 3 times here in pre-market. So if we are staying below and we cannot get above 396.29. I'm taking those puts down to 390. I'm taking puts down to 390. If we bounce on up out of the gates, come up, hit 396.29, we tap it, we start rolling on over. I'll definitely look for those put contracts off that level of resistance for that drop on down, but really wanting to sit back 10, 15 minutes at the start of the day and see exactly where the direction is, where traders are pushing this, where we're going, and just trade the chart, trade what the SPY is telling me, okay? But we have some really, really nice individual stocks for today, guys. Really, really nice ones, all right? So I like Bank of America today, okay? So BAC, if we can open on BAC, bounce on up to $32.08 and stay below $32.08, I want to take puts on this for a drop down to 30.13. So this is a daily crack of support, right? We have great support here right around 32.08. We're below this level here in pre-market. So we're going to be gapping down today. I want to see a quick pop on up into that level of resistance right around 32.08 up to 32.18. And if we see it hold as resistance, I'm looking for a rejection off that level for the drop on down. And we'll just take profits on something like BAC every 50 cents. Every 50 cents all the way down to 30.13 here on BAC, guys. Okay. NVIDIA, same thing. We are gapping down today, number one. Number two, we're below our 200 SMA. So if we open on NVIDIA, bounce up to 174.18. That's the 200 SMA, and that's going to be resistance. What else is 174.18? It's also yesterday's low of day. So not only would we be tapping that 200 SMA as resistance, we would also be tapping yesterday's low of day as resistance. So same thing. If we open on up and we push up to 174.18, and we can't break back above the 200-day moving average, and we cannot break above and get above yesterday's low of day, and we start to fall and roll on over, I want to play puts down to this trend line, right? We have this really nice uptrend here on NVIDIA, and that's where I think NVIDIA is going to be coming down to next before it bounces on up. So yeah, do we have targets before we hit that trend line? Absolutely, guys, right? We have a 169 target to the downside. We have a 167.99 target to the downside. We have some of these prior highs here at like 165. But overall, I think we could definitely come on down to this trend line, whether that's today into tomorrow. I definitely think that's the next area to see NVIDIA down to before we start to see a bounce, right? We come to the trend line, we bounce. Trend line, bounce. Trend line, bounce. Come to the trend line before we see the next leg up. So I'd really like to be able to take some put contracts down into the trend line, get out of those, and then possibly flip long if we want to take it off the trend line when the time comes. And we have a really nice plan behind NVIDIA. We're below the 200-day moving average. We're below yesterday's low of day. It just has to pop on up to 174.18 and stay below it, and then we could take those put contracts on down as low as 165 there on NVIDIA. Disney, we got one of two things, baby. One of two things. We got a nice little wedge here on the daily chart. So option number one, we hold this uptrend off this wedge, right? You see we have a nice little wedge here on the daily. Option one, trade plan idea number one is, hey, we hold this uptrend off this wedge. The markets are moving higher, right? We're seeing some strength today, and Disney wants to move on up as well. Then we're going to play calls off trend line support back up to this downtrend. That's going to put us up towards around like 95. So that's what I'm looking to do today here on Disney. If we hold this trend line off this wedge, okay, and we start to see it's going to move on up and it looks strong to the upside, for example, we want to play calls back into this downtrend, okay? And then if we come up to the downtrend and we're getting rejected inside this wedge, we can possibly play puts back down into this uptrend, right? And we can play this wedge until the wedge breaks to the upside or until the wedge cracks to the downside. So as long as we're in between these two levels, these two trend lines in this wedge, we can play calls off the uptrend, puts off the downtrend, and play this wedge until it breaks or cracks. So if Disney at any point today cracks that uptrend, that's starting to confirm that we're squeezing to the downside and cracking to the downside out of the wedge, and then we're going to play puts. And we're going to look to play puts down towards around 91.20 here on Disney, and then down towards around the low 90s as well. So Disney's on high watch, looking to see what we do inside of this wedge formation. And if we have calls off the uptrend, we take it. If we just start cracking and dropping to the downside, that's starting to confirm we're cracking to the downside. It's an 80% probability we start to drop, and we'll play those put contracts on down. And then we got two other ones very quickly, 1 minute and 40 seconds to do this. There's a lot of great ideas. But it requires a lot of patience today, guys. A lot of these trades require a lot of patience, but there's a lot of great ideas here. So we have a potential, actually no, because we're not above that 90. Amazon, it's a back burner right now, guys. It's a back burner. But Google, I like Google. And the reason I like Google, actually I don't like it now. Never mind. These two are discredited. These two are off. Actually, Google may be one. Let's see. You know, I was looking for gap fill bounces, right? You see these gaps on Google? I was looking for a gap fill bounce strategy on Google. And I was looking for a gap fill bounce strategy on Amazon off these gaps because I really like the gap up, the decreasing volume pullback into the gap level, right? I like the gap up on Google, decreasing volume pullback into the gap level. And these are great gap fill bounce strategies. Amazon as well, right? Amazon is a great gap fill bounce strategy. So I'll watch maybe Amazon off to the side. If we start getting above 90.50, there's potential. Google, if we can start getting above 93.56, there's potential. They were looking decent in pre-market right now based on how we're opening. I'm going to have to back burner these. But we still have Bank of America, BAC, looking fantastic, NVIDIA, and Disney, guys. And all eyes for me today. Options, large cap plays, the spine, the Qs. Let's make it happen. Let's lock in those profits. Trade smart and trade safe. And have an amazing Thursday, guys. All right, who's with me? Who's ready to lock in those amazing profits? Because, team, I'm ready to do it once again and keep adding to the line this week. And close this week out strong and extremely profitable. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. And I'm here to help you guys make it happen as well. So again, I said, hey, we'll have time to look at your stocks. My bad. We had a good amount to talk about, and I wanted to get you all prepared. So MULN receives a $200 million order from a dealer. There is a press release, MULN, that they're going to receive a $200 million order. That's a freaking large order here, right? So basically what happens is they're stepping on in and saying, yo, hold on. Stop trading. Is this real or not? Is this a real press release or is this FUD? Is this fake, right? Like anybody can type an article. So is this the writer here at Will Fowler at Wall Street Journal, right? WSJ. Is this BS, right? Is he mistaken here? Is this a legitimate? They're going to verify this with MULN. Is this legit? Okay, it is. Okay, fine. It's legit. Trading goes live. And now there's going to be a lot of hype around the stock. But let's say it's like, yeah, this isn't legit. That's fake. No, that's a rumor, guys. It's a rumor. It's not real. They're going to resume trading here, and it's probably going to start dumping on down. So basically the SEC stepping in saying, hey, let's verify that this article, this press release is legitimate before traders and investors start piling on in for their protection. Halted because of news. So we'll see when this thing goes live. That's why it's pending. That's why it's halted right now. Richard, what's up, boss? Good morning. Mr. Mike, everybody. If I didn't have a chance to say good morning. You guys know I love you. Excited to work with you. I'm happy to be here. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be an awesome day. And it is going to be a profitable day in this market. All right. I mean, I would highly recommend, highly and strongly recommend y'all sit on the sidelines out of the gate and just wait for the one or two stocks to prove themselves, and these are the top stocks of the day. Yesterday, really good out of the gate setups, but nothing played on out. Really decent out of the gate trades, but it was rare that we saw them all play out. So it's very hit or miss. It's very all over the place. Be smart, trade safe. Sometimes the best trade will present itself at 10 o'clock. Sometimes the best trade comes at 11. Guys, yesterday, what was our best trade of the day? It was at 2:30. The best trades of the day were at 2:30 in the afternoon. So sometimes you have to be really, really patient and just wait for that great trade to come to you. IMV shares are trading higher after the company announced initial data from an ongoing phase 2 trial in patients with RRDLBC, whatever. Don't even know what that is. Catherine, do you know? Keywords. Announcing initial data from their ongoing phase 2 trial. So, recent clinical data add to the growing enthusiasm for the therapeutic potential of cancer vaccines in combination with checkpoint inhibitors. So, okay, so that's in the article. So let's see. Can we read a little bit more about this? So they treat solid and, can't say that word, hematologic cancers. Today announced positive initial patient data from their phase 2B trial evaluating its lead DPX product. Lymphoma. So cancer-related phase 2 positive data. So that's it. They're announcing positive patient data from their phase 2B trial in regards to cancer. I can't say half these big words. I didn't go to medical school. I didn't even go to college. I don't really care what these words mean. All I care about is, hey, that's a good press release. That can bring in some hype. IMV, I like it. Let's keep this one on watch team. Where can we see IMV go? All right, let's look at that daily chart and let's go ahead and start getting prepared as far as where we can see this spike on up to. Probably right around those highs here at 360. No, that's not a good level. It's really hard to gauge on the daily, but that's fine. What I would do here in IMV is I would start with the downtrend and look for a break of the downtrend here on IMV, and support is at 250. So if IMV can break this downtrend here, right, and break that VWAP, we can see a nice spike to the upside. So high watch IMV for a break of the downtrend above $2.50 support. IMV right now is a 75 million in float stock trading higher than average volume with positive phase 2 trial news in regards to blood cancer. Thank you, Catherine. So good stuff. Yeah, I like IMV. IMV has potential, and you got a decent little setup here. Let's keep this one on high watch team. All right, so YouTubers, enjoy your day. You know exactly what we're looking at and watching. You guys got a nice, quick plan built. High watch on IMV. Supports at 250. A break of that downtrend would signal entries for a break over VWAP and $3 as well. So you're breaking 3 key levels. The downtrend, the VWAP, $3. That's going to bring in a lot of volume and a lot of hype potentially up to that 360 level. And then high a day at 397. High watch on that. I'm personally watching BAC that we discussed here this morning. I'm watching NVIDIA, right? Looking for possible entries on those two. NVDA. Go ahead and bring that back in. All right. Disney. Disney. We'll keep that one on watch as well. And then Google. Google. But again, I want to sit back, 10, 15 minutes out of the gate. So again, YouTubers, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoy our streams. If you do, subscribe to the channel, like the stream. I'm not sure why we only get like 9 likes with 60 to 70 viewers. It blows my mind. But help us, if you don't mind, support the channel by liking the stream, like we try to support you guys with getting you prepared, dropping those value bombs, helping you get educated, acquire the skill set, learn, obtain this knowledge. All right, so really goes a long way. It takes just a couple of seconds to go ahead and just hit the like button on the stream. And again, if you want to be notified when we go live and we drop any kind of videos, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. And then again, hit the little notification bell and you will be notified. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Happy and safe trading. And I will see you back here tomorrow morning. All right, right around 9 o'clock as we do it again and help you guys get those quick wins in the market, lock in some profits, but learn at the same time. Enjoy your day. Have a blessed day. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning.